Our weight affects our health in so many ways. We're speaking with weight expert Dr. Tiffany Lowe Clayton about why now is the right time to focus on reaching a healthier weight. Before we get started, tell me in the comments where you're watching from and let us know if it's your first time joining us. Dr. Lowe Clayton, thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you for having me.
I'd like to start by talking about the strong connection between weight and health. What do we know about the ways our weight can impact our health?
When a person is carrying excess weight, it impacts almost every organ system in their body. Adipose tissue is metabolically active. And if a person is carrying excess weight, it can create inflammatory responses in our bodies that can create things like changes in our immune system or our endocrine system and our metabolism, all of which can create disease. So it's important that we understand obesity as a chronic and a complex disease. And if a person is carrying excess weight, that they do whatever's necessary to help them get to a healthier weight.
So it sounds like our health is really the reason we should be focused on our weight, completely apart from appearance.
When we think about helping a person get to a healthier weight, it's so much more than pounds on the scale. We know that if a person is carrying excess weight, it increases their risk for chronic diseases such as cardiovascular disease, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, and so many others. And so helping patients understand obesity as a chronic and a complex disease, but also as a major underlying risk factors in other coexisting disease states is very important.
So what are all the different ways that reaching a healthier weight can improve our health?
When patients start on a weight journey, oftentimes they come in and they are struggling. They say that they've struggled with their weight sometimes for many years. Some of them have disease states like high blood pressure, high cholesterol, sleep disorders, and even mental health. Anxiety and depression, we know, are highly associated with patients who may struggle with their weight. But even before a patient begins to see changes on the scale, one of the things that I hear a lot in many of my patients is that they just feel better. They have more energy. Their blood pressure improves. Their blood sugar improves. They're sleeping better. And so when we talk to patients about success, and especially the success with their weight loss journey, it's more than just the scale.
So let's talk about heart health specifically. What do we know about the connection between weight and heart health?
Well, if a person's carrying excess weight, we know that there is a clear relationship between obesity and cardiovascular health. The Global Burden of Disease study is one of the most comprehensive studies that looks at why people get sick and why they even may have early death. And what they found is that in patients who had early death, 2/3 of them struggled with obesity. Obesity is the leading cause of cardiovascular risk factors in patients. And so getting to a healthier weight and maintaining that is going to help our patients not just improve their health, but improve their heart health as well.
So can reaching a healthier weight actually prevent things like heart attacks and strokes?
When a person is carrying excess weight, it really impacts their cardiovascular health in many ways. Obesity is an inflammatory disease. Cardiovascular disease is also very inflammatory. And when a person has obesity, it can actually increase the risk for heart attack, stroke, and other cardiovascular disease states. So it's important that we help patients not just obtain but maintain healthy weight to be able to decrease the inflammatory response that can occur, increasing their risk for cardiovascular disease.
Okay, so here's the million-dollar question. How much weight do we need to lose in order to start seeing a benefit to our health?
When many patients come into my office, they have a significant amount of weight to lose. And it can often be very overwhelming for them when they think about how much they want to lose or how much they've been told in the past that they need to lose. But what we know is that small changes can make a significant difference. Even modest weight loss, something as simple as 5 to 10%, can make a significant metabolic difference. When patients start to lose anywhere between that 5 to 10%, we start to see improvement in things like their energy level, their blood pressure, their cholesterol, their blood sugar, all of the things that we know can increase the risk for cardiovascular disease. Not to mention, they just feel better overall. Their mood is lifted, and they know that they're on the path to the healthier self that they want to become.
We're going to pause here and do our trivia question. If you answer this question, folks, you'll get a delicious recipe collection of healthy soups and stews. And you'll get it for free if you answer our trivia question, which is, true or false, obesity is a chronic disease. Is that true or false? Is obesity a chronic disease? Put your best guess in the comments, and you'll get those recipes delivered to your Facebook Messenger inbox for free. And folks, if you can think of any friends or family members who might find this show helpful, please tag them in the comments so they can tune in too. Dr. Lowe Clayton, why is now the right time to start taking our weight and our health seriously?
For so many years, patients have been told, just eat less, move more. That for some reason, it's about calories in versus calories out. And for a long time, there's been a lot of weight bias that patients who struggle with their weight feel like it's something that they've done, that it's a moral failure, that it's their fault that they struggle with their weight. But the more we actually know about obesity, we understand it as a chronic and a complex disease. And now as healthcare providers, we're more equipped to be able to treat our patients comprehensively in the way that they deserve to be treated. Now, in addition to our increased knowledge base, we also have other modalities to be able to help our patients lose weight and keep their weight off. We have FDA-approved medications that we can use as an adjunct to lifestyle modification to be able to help patients reset their body's biology and to be able to help them just get to a healthier weight and maintain it in the long term. And it's just really exciting to be able to see that.
So you said several times we need to be able to lose weight and maintain it. And I think anyone who's ever been on a diet knows it's the maintaining it part that is so challenging. How are the treatments available today changing the game in terms of helping us maintain that weight loss?
Our bodies have a specific set point, and when we start to lose weight, it goes beyond that set point. And so our body has compensatory mechanisms that are very powerful that will actually increase our hunger, decrease the satiety that a person may have, and also decrease the total energy expenditure that they put out. When using lifestyle modification alone, so changes in diet and physical activity, while it's the foundation of important weight loss, by itself, it's not going to help the patient maintain that weight loss long term because those compensatory mechanisms kick in. So when a person is trying to lose weight and using the use of medication in the treatment of obesity, we know that not only do they have to use it, but they have to use it long term because we're treating a chronic disease. Just like we would treat high blood pressure or diabetes, we want to make sure that our patients understand they're not necessarily getting over the issues with their weight. They're getting control of them. And using lifestyle modification along with the use of anti-obesity medication is helping them to maintain that control in the long term.
So what are common reasons that people want to stop weight loss medications, and how do you help your patients kind of work through those issues?
One of the things that I see in my patients and in providers is that they believe that obesity is not a chronic disease. And so once a patient meets their goals and gets to their weight, often they may want to stop the medication. And one of the questions that I get from many of my patients is, how long do I need to stay on it? When we help patients understand obesity as a chronic disease, it helps them to understand that if they were to stop the medication, the weight would come back, just like if you were to stop your blood pressure medication, your blood pressure would become uncontrolled again. I think that's important to make sure that from the very beginning, we reinforce with patients that this isn't a for now. It's not a quick fix. This is something that they need to do in the long term.
So we know these medications can help us reach a healthier weight, but what are some of the other health benefits that they can provide?
We have phenomenal FDA-approved medications now that do a wonderful job at providing clinically significant weight loss. But we also know that there are other health benefits that can occur with these medications as well. We now have medications that are FDA approved for the treatment of obesity. They also help with reduction of cardiometabolic risk factors. So we see improvement of things like blood pressure, blood sugar, cholesterol panels. And while it's not primarily indicated to treat those disease states, if we can look at improvement of coexisting diseases by using these medications, it's even going to provide better benefit for our patients.
So how can a doctor help us on our weight management journey?
The more that we as physicians understand obesity as a chronic and a complex disease, the more we understand that it it's important for us to individualize our care for our patients. So when you're coming in and you struggled with your weight, going to a doctor or a healthcare provider who's obesity educated can really help you through your struggle. They can help you understand the best use of treatment modalities, whether it's medical weight loss or surgical intervention. They can help you stay accountable and provide the support system that you need, because we know that the more touch points that a patient has, the more likely they are to succeed at whatever their weight loss goals are. So I would encourage any patient, if they're struggling with their weight, reach out to someone who's trained to be able to provide comprehensive and compassionate care to help you meet your weight loss goals.
We hear from so many people who say, I know what I need to do. I just need to do it. I don't need medical treatment. I just need to buckle down and work harder. What would you want that person to know?
For so long, many people have been told, just eat less, move more, and that it's about calories in versus calories out. But that really puts the onus on a patient and takes it away from the actual disease state itself. What I would want a person to know is that it's not on them. It's not about willpower. And if they are struggling with their weight, it's not their fault. It's important to understand this is about biology. Speaking with someone who's trained in obesity education or trained as a medical provider is going to help that person put it all together and help them to understand what treatment modalities is going to be best for them so that they can succeed, not for now, but for the long term.
In case you're just joining us, we're here with weight expert Dr. Tiffany Lowe Clayton, talking about why weight isn't just a number on the scale. It's a key part of our overall health. And we're giving away our fall-inspired Soups and Stews recipe collection if you answer our trivia question, which is, true or false, obesity is a chronic disease? Is that true or false? Is obesity a chronic disease? Put your best guess in the comments, and you will get those recipes delivered to your Facebook Messenger inbox for free. So what do you wish more people understood about the long-term benefits of starting sooner rather than later when it comes to weight management?
I often say that an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And when a person may be carrying excess weight, they may not understand the impact that that weight may have on their bodies. Oftentimes, the disease states or the changes that occur are things that they can't see. The inflammation that occurs in our bodies that can create things like high blood pressure, diabetes, liver disease, all of those things actually start occurring before the person begins to develop those symptoms. The earlier a person can actually get to a healthier weight, the more it can not only improve their medical illnesses, but it can also help prevent complications that may occur in the future that may at times be irreversible if they don't take care of them soon enough.
So how do you help the people that you work with figure out small changes they can make to their lifestyle that they can actually stick with?
When I talk to patients about making changes in their lifestyle, I always emphasize to them that small changes go a long way. And when we think about what do they want to do, it's really up to them. It's not for me to tell them what to do, but it's really what are they going to do that they're going to stick with, something that's going to fit into their life and bring them joy. That's really what it's all about. I heard a person say before, when we're thinking about the journey with our health, what are we doing? Are we running from death or running towards life? When we are thinking about helping a person develop a plan that's going to work for them, our goal is to help them run towards life. Not think about it as deprivation, but preservation of our bodies, of our health, of our weight. And that's just going to help them not just get to a healthier weight, but feel better overall.
So let's go beyond the number on the scale. In your mind, what does real success with weight management look like?
I will answer that question in a different way, because I honestly believe that when it comes to success in weight loss, it's really individualized. It's different for every patient. And so what I would want to know is, what does success look like for them? What does success look like for that patient? What is their idea of it? And that's going to be different for everybody based on culture, based on personal experience, and based on personal preference. And so I think it's important to just ask our patients open-ended questions in terms of what are they looking to get out of this. For some, it may be that they want to look better. For some, it may be better health. For some, it just may be that they want to overcome something that they've been struggling with all their lives. But once we understand how success is framed for them, then I can help them reach that goal by teaching them different strategies to be able to eat better, be more physically active, manage their stress, and then, when necessary, use medication to help not just lose weight for now, but for the long term.
So if someone is watching and ready to take action, what's one step they can take today towards reaching a healthier weight?
The first step that I would tell patients to do is start the conversation. See someone, talk to them. You don't have to do this by yourself. For so long, patients have been told and they believe that it's on them, that if they don't succeed at weight loss, somehow it's their fault. But I want them to know they don't have to do it alone. They don't have to go through the struggle by themselves anymore. Just talk to someone who's trained so that they can help you along your journey.
Dr. Lowe Clayton, thank you so much for joining us tonight. This has been such a wonderful conversation.
Thank you for having me.
And a big thank you to everyone watching at home. We so appreciate you being here and chatting with us in the comments. Before we go, here's the answer to our trivia question. True or false, obesity is a chronic disease? The answer is true. If you didn't get to answer the trivia question, but you'd still like those healthy recipes, just leave a comment for us and tell us what you thought of the show. We'd like to thank Novo Nordisk for their support of this program. Novo Nordisk is not responsible for the content of this show, nor have they influenced it in any way. I'd like to encourage you to visit truthaboutweight.com to learn more about the science of weight loss. We will be back to you with a new episode in a few weeks. Until then, please stay safe and take good care. Good night.